Talk to him.
What's up, y'all? Welcome to a new episode of We Talk Back, a show dedicated to you niggas and these hoes. It's your co-host, AJ Hoilday. What's up, Tam?
Hey, girl. Hey, y'all. It's me, TamBam. I love y'all once again. Thank y'all for tuning in. What's up, girl?
Ooh, it was a great weekend, was it not?
It was. It was so lit. I feel like a celebrity.
A little tiny bit, girl. Okay, I know this is We Talk Back, but when I tell you I'm tired of fucking talking,
Really?
I mean it. Yes.
I
We
don't
had to
get
talk
tired.
to everybody this weekend, y'all. Everybody. But I enjoyed it. I did feel like a super celebrity. Let's be clear.
So we had the Black Effect Podcast Festival, the very first one. And it was lit, and it was our first live show. So I was nervous. I was all nervous. Like, what about, did you feel like a whole bunch of adrenaline?
Yes, I felt like my panties were showing. I have none on, but I felt like they were showing. I felt like I had boogers. I felt like I had to fart. All type of shit was happening.
You know what? Like, I didn't eat just so I wouldn't have to use the bathroom. I didn't eat anything. And when we did stupid internet news, my head, like, my thoughts went blank.
Mine too, because I didn't know what to say about Diddy and Carisha ass.
Either way, it was a good time, and I had fun, and I enjoyed myself. And I can't wait to do it. We're going to set up our tour.
Yes.
So y'all stay tuned for that.
That's what I'm looking forward to the most, so we can have all the creative control over our shit. And it's going to be lit. I definitely want to bring the drummer out so he can have a bigger
opportunity to showcase his talent, because they really didn't get the full feel of that drummer, man.
Yeah, because it's like go, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
Get lit. Pop that pussy, baby. Show them niggas what you ain't scared of them.
Let's get into stupid internet news. Okay, so what I found, Lotto has a song, and she speaks on Coi Leray, and she says, smoking gas and a big blunt like Coi Leray. And I don't think she meant it as a diss, but on the Shade Room, Coi Leray responded to Lotto and was like, Lotto, bye. Here you go talking about my body. Please do not come on here and talk about nobody's body. LOL. Like, seriously, out of all things, left my ass off. Your blunt my size. Left my ass off. This shit is never ending. And that's what Coi Leray said.
I think her response was, she was like, I feel like maybe it was a little bit of insecurity on her part, because I don't think it was that serious what Lotto said. So I feel like, you know, she is slim thick, and which is coming to not slim. Well, is she slim thick?
She's slim.
I think she got a little booty though, don't she?
She's slim.
She got a little booty.
Either
so
way,
I thought that's what Lotto meant by the lyric. No?
I thought she meant like she rolling a blunt, you know, that's so fat it's the size of a human slim person. That's what I thought she meant. Like, it's that big, you know? She putting all the gas in there, you know? That's what I
still
thought.
don't think it was shade, and she might have overreacted.
And then she came
took
back.
that shit to the Twitter.
So she came back and said, maybe I overreacted. End of the day, don't say my name for clicks and likes, especially if we don't speak or communicate. I'm not a big blunt, small blunt. Don't compare me to not. I'm mention bitches you actually beef with. Put it on the floor, but leave me out of the bullshit.
That's not a beef, though. That was not a beef lyric. That was not, she didn't take a shot at her or anything.
Yeah, so during Coachella, Lotto came back and said, oh, Coi Leray, by the way, I love your body, baby. Like, she was just like, ended it, like, I don't want to smoke. But in Coi Leray's defense, she gets, you know, scrutinized for her body type and celebrating her body the way that she does. So she probably was just triggered. Just the mention of her body was like, don't say nothing about my body. God damn it, I'm tired of y'all talking about my body.
But I definitely don't think that one of her peers would come at her like that out of nowhere.
Yeah, but you know how rap beef is, and it's like entertaining to create beef where there is none.
So if that's the case, then they should just leave it at that. Then this is just some rap shit. Like, she created the beef as far as I'm concerned.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't think Lotto created
the beef.
But I
feel like Lotto be having beef with everybody. Seems like every week we look up Lotto having to argue about something with somebody.
I don't know. I can understand the argument with her and Nicki Minaj, because Nicki Minaj do, you know, act like somebody's supposed to kiss her ass. And that's another thing Lotto said at Coachella.
Like, what'd she say?
Basically, like, I'm not kissing nobody fucking ass.
I'm not mad at that.
Yeah.
Stand your ground. I love me some Nicki Minaj too, though. So I pretty much love all these ladies. They're all like strong, powerful rappers, and they got good music. So I'm here for it.
None of them rap better than Nicki Minaj. So let's be clear.
Yeah, no, I wouldn't go that far. But they all make good music.
So apparently Nelly and Ashanti are a thing again. I don't know how true it is, but they did perform. They had a performance recently together, and I was laying in my homegirl bed, and I was like, Ashanti need to leave Nelly alone because she look like she gaining weight already. Get that relationship
She
weight
look
on your
the
ass.
fuck
She
good.
does, but she had on like some little hot pants. You know she got them granny ankles. Like she got them nice, thick, pretty legs, right? But she don't have the biggest booty. And she had these little pants on. I'm like, oh shit.
See,
Nelly
look
hitting
at you
that.
body shaming
That
Ashanti.
is not body shaming, bitch. I got the same shit going on. That is not body shaming.
They look. I like
But
them.
I can tell she in a relationship. That based on her body right now, I can tell she's in a relationship.
I like them together. They look cute together. They always did. I liked them back in 2000, early 2000s when they were together. I didn't want them to split. So seeing them performing together is like nostalgic and it's cool. I'm here for it.
So, do you think she stayed single all that time? Well, we don't know if she was single or not. She wasn't publicly with anybody else since Nelly. Didn't she date Flo Rida at some point? They were saying she was dating Flo Rida. But anyway,
Girl, I don't know.
I don't know if I want her with Nelly.
Why?
I want her to get somebody else.
Why?
Get
You don't
somebody
like
else
Nelly?
to do it. No, did he not just have some situation going on like maybe last year before, a little court case where he might have assaulted a woman on a tour bus?
I don't know nothing about that.
I do. Y'all don't remember that? I remember it.
So he's not worthy of love because of that?
Not as a grown man, no.
Shit happens.
No, shit does not happen. You have to have self-control.
I agree. You need self-control.
And I think Nelly, I just
don't think Nelly is a good guy overall.
How do you feel about niggas spinning the block though? Like, why did you not like
Cause sometimes
do the right thing the first time?
Because maybe they had some growing to do. Everybody involved.
So Bow Wow said he needs to come with a ring this time, which I agree with. Like, if you're going to spin the block and we at this big ass age,
right?
Like, at what point? I don't need a boyfriend at my 40s. In my 40s.
But why is Bow Wow the messenger though?
Wasn't he just on Baller Alert talk about he ain't getting married?
Right.
He been engaged twice and it was like whatever. He ain't trying to get married.
And now giving marriage advice. That's funny too.
Mind your business, boy, grown boy.
That's a grown man. But okay, well, I'm here for it. I hope they do like a Vegas residency like Usher with Nelly and Ashanti, all they hits. I would go see it.
I'd be there.
Yeah, me too. All right, so last thing I need to talk about, and I gotta talk about it, Snowfall finale. Oh my God.
That's your shit.
All right, so listen, if y'all haven't seen it, y'all need to go ahead and just fast forward right now because we about to get into that real quick. Franklin Saint, like, all right, so at the last season, I hated that nigga. I ain't gonna lie. I was not rooting for him. He turned dark, right, to me. He just wasn't the character that we started with. So I felt like in the end, he got the karma that he had coming, right? But it just seemed like a little far-fetched to me. Like, I know, like, because I know some niggas who are alcoholics now that they be like, man, when he was young, he was the man.
Right.
But not a $73 million nigga, you know?
He
Like,
had $73 million?
he got it stolen from him. He got it taken from him, and I guess he lost his mind.
Yeah, I can understand the mental anguish because you have to build wealth. So now he builds some wealth up to $73 million and somebody can just take that shit in a day.
But I just feel like if he was able to build it once, he should have been able to even build maybe half of that again.
You have to be mentally stable to do that.
Yeah.
Like, imagine.
Boy, they had him looking so bad. I'm talking about real bad. Dirty as fuck.
And look
teeth,
like, what all he
red
went through to
ring
get
around
there.
his eye. And this nigga had all this money. And he, Leon gave him a dub to get some drink. And he was like, yeah, Andrew Jackson, hi. I was like, no,
That sounds like a crackhead.
That's what he looked like. Yeah, he straight looked very crackish.
Shame.
He was living in his mom's old house, and it was just dilapidated and just all messed up. And it was just so sad to see him go out like that.
So I don't know. I watched the first, I don't know, I might have watched the first season, and that was just recently, like maybe last August. I started trying to watch it. When did we have, what's the auntie on there?
Oh, we had Louis on.
Yeah, when we had Louis on, I started trying to watch Snowfall. And fell off again.
I didn't like how Louis went out either, but I guess that was her karma too for becoming like.
So what happened to her?
Louis was in a barn hiding from like federal agents who were hunting her, and she was like working at this like stable somewhere, working for people, and she was hiding because they were trying to find her. And I guess the people who owned the stable protected her and said they hadn't seen her, like she had ran off, and she was just in there like thanking God that they helped her.
So she never went to prison or anything?
No, she's still running.
Oh, damn.
In a barn, bitch. Just hiding in the barn. So, yeah, she's running. She on the run. Leon, he was the one who surprised everybody, you know. I think when he killed that kid, it just, what's the guy? I can't remember the dude's name. Scully, you know, forgave him. It vindicated him, and he just changed his whole soul and spirit. And he ended up being the one who was successful in the end.
So what was he doing? Was he still selling dope, or he became a businessman?
Yeah, he was a businessman, and he had started some type of foundation to like help people in the community. I can't remember exactly to what tune, but he tried to come get Franklin to come get involved, and Franklin was like, "Nigga, give me 20 so I can get a drink and get on."
Shame.
And he was like, "You the best friend I ever had, man." Franklin told him that. And then what I saw, all right, so if you can remember on the first episode when he's talking to Mel, he said he just wanted to be free, right? That's all he wanted. He wanted to be free. And then you see his drunk ass daddy walk by, right? In the end, he turns into the same nigga his daddy is, and he said, "I'm finally free." He says he finally free, but this was his freedom, which was so sad.
You know, I kind of think that sometimes when I see like bums on the street, like they really be bucking the system. Like we may see it like, oh, they homeless, they don't have shit. But when like I go to the Caribbean and stuff like that, and I see people living like minimalist, less stress, like it's fucking stressful as fuck in America to maintain all these things.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
And
so
all these
what if
people
you could just
who are
relinquish it?
Yeah.
And that is freedom.
It is a form of freedom, but
bitch, I need to be free in a mansion.
yeah, me too. That's the kind of freedom I want. Fuck
on
that.
a yacht.
That nigga had a
On the
red ring
ocean.
around his eye. He looked stanky as fuck. I was like,
No, when I
"Ew."
saw, I hadn't watched Snowfall, so when I saw all the different memes online, he had that red, I'm like, did he turn into a zombie? Like, what the fuck is happening? It looked like Resident Evil.
Right. They had him looking real fucked up. And it just was I just don't feel like John Singleton would have ended it that way.
They had a good run. They had a really good run.
Yeah.
So was that 6 seasons? So about 6 years?
Mm-hmm.
That's a long ass time.
So, yeah.
Well, we'll see what
R.I.P.
happens.
John Singleton. All right. That's our stupid internet news. I'm going to have a commercial break, and we'll be right back.
All right, y'all. We're back from our commercial break. And you know what I want to talk about today, Tam?
What?
I would like to talk about emotional intelligence. What is it? How can you practice emotional intelligence? I feel like it's almost a term a lot of people use, almost like calling somebody a narcissist. It's like just another thing to try to shame somebody, like, oh, they don't have emotional intelligence, can't talk to them. Or maybe even, I think women may use it a lot when talking about men, like they're just like emotionally unavailable kind of. So listen, the definition of emotional intelligence is it's most often defined as the ability to perceive, use, understand, manage, and handle emotions. People with high emotional intelligence can recognize their own emotions and those of others, use more information to guide thinking and behavior, discern between different feelings, and label them appropriately, and adjust emotions to adapt to environments. So that's the definition of having emotional
Girl, you just said a whole
intelligence.
bunch of shit, and I just don't like. So when I thought about it, I was like, I'm emotional and I'm intelligent, so I must have emotional intelligence. That's how I felt about it. Like, I'm usually emotional, and I'm extremely intelligent, so I just assume that I have emotional intelligence, but it's not that.
No, so basically, from what I read, it said like all people experience emotions, obviously, right? But it's only a select few of people who accurately identify them as they occur. So research shows that only 36% of people actually have and practice emotional intelligence.
You know what? I feel like in the black community, what we do, or I don't want to say what we do. Okay, I'm saying it. We use anger to express every emotion. Like we only use anger. I feel like that's especially black men. I don't feel like, I think women are more emotionally intelligent than men.
Are we though? Because we're usually the ones that's gonna start yelling, and that's not practicing emotional intelligence. Okay, so
Okay, that's
you
fair.
should be able to articulate like how you feeling, and convey it in a way to where the person can understand without you getting angry. So I can say, and we actually took a test, right? So what was your score on the test?
51.
Okay, so I scored a 56. Tammy ass put sometimes down the middle of the shit.
Because that was the truth. Sometimes I fuck with them, sometimes I don't. You know, like, I feel like everybody literally could go sometimes down the middle of all those questions.
Right. I think men may. Okay, so I said men practice emotional intelligence, right? But I think also it could be. Let me give an example. So I was in a relationship with a fucking narcissist, right? And he practiced emotional intelligence, but it was in a form of manipulation, though. Like, could you imagine somebody doing or saying something to get you to 100? So now you up here, cutting up, cussing, acting a fucking fool, and they like real calm. So now you feel stupid. That's so when they say practicing emotional intelligence, is like you can articulate how you feel without getting angry. But just because I'm displaying my anger, you know.
But isn't anger an emotion?
It is it is an emotion, but what comes along with being angry? Cussing at somebody, being very disrespectful. You know what I'm saying? That's not healthy to have a healthy relationship with anybody. In a workplace, you know, I worked in a corporate setting where people cussed in corporate meetings.
Well, all right, let's keep it, let's get real. You and I, when we disagree, we don't practice good emotional intelligence.
No, not
we
at
be
all.
fussing and hanging up on each other. And
I don't hang up.
You do?
Once. Because
Okay.
I hung up one time because I felt like I was tired of fucking talking.
Okay.
And
well,
if I keep talking, it's like nothing's getting done.
Okay, well, so you hang up. I hang up.
I do say bye first, so is that really hanging up?
Yes, because the
That is not
conversation
hanging up.
don't be over. You
So
be like,
when will it be
no,
over?
this has to be like, bitch, bye. Like, that's not the same thing as saying bye.
No, I'd be like, I'm hanging up now. I definitely say I'm hanging up
The
now.
last time we got into, you was like, well, you get off the phone then. Get off the phone. I said, I ain't going
but I
nowhere.
stayed on the phone for 30 more minutes
Yeah.
before I finally hung up on y'all ass, because now we done talked too fuck. Listen, me and Tammy literally was in therapy. Now, I did hang up on the therapy session.
So
once,
that's two. So that's
twice.
two. So you see,
I hung up on a therapy session because it's like, I didn't like the fucking therapist. It's like, this shit is not fucking working. We probably should have picked like a different therapist. We should not have picked somebody that you're using as your personal therapist. Because I'm asking like some basic shit to both Tam and the fucking therapist. And she's like giving these goddamn white people psychology type
textbook answers.
Yes, I'm like, you know what? This ain't fucking working.
You know
I'm tired of talking. Y'all have a good evening.
And you know what? That brings up to a new conversation when it comes to therapists. You have to find the right person for you, because I just felt like she was a nice woman as a therapist, but she just unpacked my shit and then left it sitting on the table next to me. You know, like it wasn't like any real healing that I was getting out of the therapy.
You're not going to get, I don't feel like you're going to get, as a black person, I don't feel like you're going to get actual healing from therapy with anybody doing some textbook therapy type shit. Like, black people need spiritual healing, right? We need a different type of therapy. So now, these people get paid to be, this is a doctor, right? So imagine if she were to help heal everybody. She wouldn't have a job. So they have you unpack all this shit and leave it there so you can have some shit to unpack next week. It's, at what point is there like an ending to healing? It has to be an
When are
endpoint.
you healed?
Right.
Yeah.
I think you're healed when you are
I would go,
available.
like, I literally would go into therapy like, today is a beautiful day. And then I leave out that motherfucker like, Lord, where the weed at? And I was like, how is this good? How is
She made
this
you
good?
sick, bitch.
Yeah.
She's paid next week.
Yeah, it just never worked.
I think the
didn't know.
healing comes when you're able to practice emotional intelligence. That's when the healing comes in. So, what emotion is the strongest? So the strongest.
Anger.
Hold on. I don't even want to start there. Sorry. How do emotionally? So this is one question. How do emotionally intelligent people communicate? It says emotional intelligence improves your assertiveness by allowing you to communicate effectively, by being aware of your emotions, and by having self-control, you can communicate your thoughts clearly with confidence. In turn, this will make you more assertive and confident without coming across as pushy or aggressive. I feel like as women, like if I'm not, I don't want to say pushy, but if I'm assertive, I'm automatically called a bitch. But a man is called a boss for being assertive. So I feel like even with that, women have to be a
Navigate
little, especially
different.
black women. Anything we say or do, you automatically, why you got an attitude. I was
know I
checking into
get
the
that.
hotel the other night, and I told the guy, like, listen, hey, I'm rushing. I really need my stuff now because I wanted to push my shit upstairs. I didn't want to wait for him. I was like, hey, are you going to, I said, I need my stuff now. You don't have to say it like that. And I literally waited on the other side of the door so I can make sure he knew I wasn't trying to be rude to him, because I wasn't. I'm never rude to anybody in service. But I think, I don't know what the fuck he was dealing with at home, but he automatically, nothing that I said to him had an attitude or a nasty undertone, nothing. But that's
you
how
know
he
what?
perceived it.
Just like how we were saying Coyle Ray might have been triggered just by that. He might have been had bitches being nasty to him all day, and then
Right.
just that one sentence was like, you know what, I'm sick of all y'all.
You don't got to say it like that. And he had the nastiest attitude with me. When he went and got my car back again, he was like, she ain't going to tip anyway. Bitch, I told you I ain't have cash. Like, ain't y'all getting paid to be here? I'm confused.
Right. You
I can go get my own fucking car.
You better get a QR code necklace, nigga, so I can see you some
Exactly.
cash or something.
That parking was $55 a day, bitch. You better get it from the damn hotel.
It was $62 a day.
Oh, that's true. I need to check.
Yeah,
I
it was
don't know.
62.
Well, I ain't paid for it, so there's that part.
You know, I feel like I get misunderstood oftentimes. Like, people be like, your tone. And
Really?
and then I don't be mean and shit. Don't.
Really?
See, your tone right now, I feel like there's a hint of sarcasm there.
Well, because I feel like, so Tammy always be addressing my tone, right? Because I can say the very same thing. It's just going to be in a louder tone. And she could say the same thing in a regular tone, but for whatever reason in her mind, it's less disrespectful. It's more disrespectful because I'm yelling it.
Tone and inflection matters, though.
Nigga, no.
Yes, they do.
I feel like people address tone when they can't address the real shit you actually saying.
No.
So now you's like, well, why you say it like that? You ain't had to say it like that. Address what the fuck I'm saying and let's move on.
See, that's the same thing the man was saying to you.
Fuck that nigga.
See? See, you missing the point.
Fuck the man.
You missing that point.
I said it really nice. I looked up, I said, I really need to hurry up and get dressed. I need my bags now. I didn't say it mean to him, so fuck him. So what does poor emotional intelligence looks like? It says people with low emotional intelligence often struggle to understand and control their emotions. They might lash out reactively without understanding what they are really feeling and why they are even upset. A person who lacks EQ might also have unexpected emotional outbursts that seem overblown and uncontrollable. I don't get crunk for no reason. Oftentimes, like, if I feel like I'm about to be like that, I try to step away from the situation. Now, if you push me,
I don't think I have emotional outbursts. I'll get upset and I'll go there. Like, we can go and we can scream at each other and yell and all that, but I ain't never gonna just, like, go crazy out of nowhere.
no.
Do you feel like, have you ever experienced that with me?
No. I'm definitely not about to just get stupid for no reason.
I feel like anytime that we argue, it starts here and it just gradually goes from 0 to 100. But it's not like within moments. You know?
So what I do, because I know that I'm trying to practice emotional intelligence, I just avoid for a while, which isn't healthy either because things build up, right? So I do avoid conversations. I avoid the person because I just don't. If I feel like I cannot articulate it well to whoever it is, you know what I'm saying? I'm just going to avoid it altogether. But then that's not good because it ends up blowing up in the end.
Yeah. And see, not me. The next time I see you, bitch, come here. As soon as I see you, because that's the first thing on my mind. It's the elephant in the room. I got to talk about it.
It just depends. If it's something that can, I don't know, it just depends. Because sometimes certain things, bitch, I can't sleep at night if I don't let you know how I feel. Like, and then if I didn't get to say the right things, bitch, I'm
double
call
back.
your ass first thing in the morning. And as a matter of fact,
Right.
let me add this.
Right, same. But sometimes that's to a flaw for me because sometimes it's okay to just let shit go. I don't have to address everything.
Right. It's okay not to say something sometimes. I remember I used to always tell my ex that, like, nigga, you know it's okay not to say nothing.
Like, you don't have to address everything.
But when I really start shutting the fuck up, I don't really care no more. As long as I'm, like, going ham,
I'm always
trying to
say
work it
something.
out.
Always. Like, I don't want to make a fight of it, but I'm gonna like, hey, come here, look. See that toilet seat up the fuck again? Why did I have to fall in the toilet? Not no more, because my ass done got too wide. I don't fall in it no more. I still sit on top. But there was a time.
I don't want my ass touching that stuff.
Yeah, you don't want it to touch that part of the toilet. But I ain't falling in no more.
I don't think niggas understand that until they ass fall in.
Right. Wait till your nuts hit that water.
And you got to touch the seat, touch that bottom round.
I wonder, do niggas' nuts be dropping in the water when they sit down? Yeah.
Long ass nut niggas. Look, my ex used to he would still line the toilet tissue. Like, of course he went to prison before, but he would still line
of course
the toilet.
Of course he went to prison.
At the fucking show, somebody was like, yeah, AJ like
reform hood
niggas, like niggas with felonies and shit. First of all,
I didn't say that.
I did not fucking say that.
I like why I'm smart enough not to go.
Exactly. First of all, okay. Or if you went, you learn from it, and now like you done bossed up in a different way, right? But that nigga would line a toilet he would probably be only person using. He'd still line it because he just liked how the tissue felt. But he would put like one little piece right there.
You line the toilet at home?
Yeah, I still do that. I've never been in jail or anything, but I do that just from growing up.
Yeah, like he would still line the toilet and he would have like the one piece right there in the middle to sit his dick on. The shit was like so neat. Sit the dick right there.
First of all, y'all rich because toilet tissue is expensive. Y'all wasting all that tissue.
You know them niggas be buying one ply.
Oh,
they don't even buy the good tissue. Bitch, you got one ply at your goddamn house.
That was gifted to me. During that time, someone gave me a box of free tissue and that's what was there.
Thin ass tissue. Poke my finger in my butt. How do you make someone more emotionally intelligent? So I saw this and I'm like, how do you mean I can't make you emotionally intelligent? Like, I'm really just going to distance myself and then let you figure it the fuck out and you can come talk to me when you get your mind right. Okay, so these are 10 ways to increase your emotional intelligence. Utilize an assertive style of communicating. Okay, we talked about that. Respond instead of reacting to conflict. So how the fuck do you respond?
So here's what I try to do. I try to look at it as the issue isn't the person. The issue is the conversation. And we are attacking that together.
Right.
Not each other.
The issue is the fucking person.
It's not.
Like the person caused the issue. So how can you attack the issue
without attacking the person?
Well, let's take the word attack out. That's the only way. Right? Because anytime somebody hears attack, is just negative.
Combat.
Right.
The issue.
I guess. But if the person is the cause of the issue, it'll still feel like an attack on them, to them. You know what I'm saying? So I know they teach you that in therapy, right? When you're in a relationship with somebody, you're not the problem. We're going to attack the problem. Okay, but if the problem is you leaving the toilet seat up or some shit like that, or I don't like how you talk to me.
So the problem is the toilet seat is up.
And then the problem is how you talk to me.
Yeah. Okay.
How's that, like you're still...
So the problem is the toilet seat being up, and the problem is also the way it was communicated.
Right. Okay, so utilize active listening skills is what it says. So active listening, which I've learned also in therapy, is, what do they call it? It's like reflective or something like that. So like if we're having a conversation, before I respond, I try to repeat what you said, right? And what I'm hearing, so to something like this. What I'm hearing you say, Tam, is such and such and such and such. And then I ask you, is that what you're saying? And you say yes or no, and then I respond to it. As opposed to assuming I understand what you said, right? And then it also affirms to you that I'm actually listening to
what I'm saying.
Right.
But that's so hard to do in a real conversation that has some passion involved and you're potentially upset or whatever it is. Oftentimes, you don't even let the other person finish their complete thought before you're responding. I know I'm guilty of that. I'll be like, bitch, I already know what you about to say because you just said it 3 fucking times. So,
And you ain't get it yet.
and I'm going to interject because you're clearly not receiving what I'm trying to say in response to that.
I just feel like there cannot be communication without interjection. Like, I hate that. We go through this a lot of times when we talking, and even with my damn mom, and we like the same person. When you talking to somebody, there's no way I'm about to let you talk for 3 to 5 minutes without interjection. It's like, this is now a lecture. Now you're lecturing me, and here I am, another adult. Like, I didn't sign up for a lecture. I didn't sign up for a conference to hear you do a fucking TED Talk. We're having a conversation about something, so if we're conversing, I should be able to interject, and it may be to correct something you may have said, so you can have more clarity, and maybe go in a different direction on what you're saying. So this is why I think interjection is. You have to have interjection in communication.
Within reason.
I can't remember what you said for a full 3 minutes. I'm only remember the beginning and the end. I'm going to miss everything else in between. So if you think that I'm supposed to sit here and let you talk for 3 to 5 minutes, and I've done it. Me and my homegirl, we got into like a little spat one day about nothing. And at one point, I just didn't say nothing. And I let her talk for a very long time. And then I asked if she was finished. Now, I couldn't do the reflective shit because I don't remember what the fuck you said in the middle, dog. You know what I'm saying? You said so many things that I did have I wanted to add to, a response to, or whatever, and I couldn't. Just because this is, for whatever reason, this is your style of communicating right now. That's not my style. I don't mind interjection. But what I do find is that people don't hear themselves. I hear myself talking over you. I hear myself interjecting. Do you hear when you do it to me?
Right.
Oftentimes people don't. So it says, you got to practice self-awareness. I think that's the biggest thing with emotional intelligence. You have to be self-aware of who you are. And I am very, very self-aware of who I am. So it helps me, because this is another reason why I thought about this. The other day I was telling you how I felt bad for not doing something for somebody else when I knew that they needed me, but they probably couldn't find the words to ask me. But I was tired of doing for other people.
They didn't fucking need. That's the thing. You be thinking motherfuckers need you. These is grown ass people. They'll figure it out.
I know they'll figure it out, but if you're my friend, right? And if I can make whatever you got going on easier, I feel like I'm supposed to.
Yeah, but here's the thing. You end up with resentment because you've overextended yourself. And I feel bad when I don't put myself first. Oftentimes, like, damn, I keep doing this shit for people, and now look at me neglecting myself.
Right, bitch, because I didn't sleep till yesterday, and I probably didn't sleep prior to that till like Wednesday, making sure I do other shit.
And it'd be little dumbass shit like giving people a ride home. Girl, if you don't let them get an Uber and get the fuck on.
Bitch, I just knew a motherfucking Uber wasn't coming till 2 a.m. out this week.
Text me when you make it home safe, baby. That's what you gotta do.
That's fucked up.
How?
It is.
These are grown people.
But it just depends on the situation, though. It depends on where they at. You know what I'm saying? Like, can they even get home? You just even if they call an Uber, it could take an hour.
Okay.
Girl.
Okay,
you like empathy for others.
No, I have empathy for others, but that's just not empathetic. Oh, you had to wait an hour? Okay, you'll survive that. You know?
Empathize with others.
Are you
that's
like,
here.
Here's the thing. Are you homeless? Do you not have nowhere to go for the Uber? Okay,
right.
you can crash with me until you get yourself together. If it's someone I really care about.
So you gotta be dire.
Yeah, but if you just gonna have an extra, you late, you get an hour less sleep tonight. That's on you, baby girl.
So under this 10 ways to increase your emotional intelligence, there's take critique well. Do you feel like you take critique well? Neither do I. Especially if I feel like I'm doing some shit right and here you come with some bullshit.
I think I take criticism way better than you though. You be like, what, bitch? Yeah, real quick. I'm more open to criticism. Like, I'll receive that with a grain of salt, but I'll receive it.
I think I don't take critique well sometimes when I know that I've given somebody a lot of grace, and when it's time for me to get grace, I don't get any.
Well, here's the thing. Stop giving grace that you want receive back.
No, I feel like everybody.
You can't expect people
give grace.
Yeah, they should, but they don't.
Right. So when I snap on your ass, that's
But
my
you
way.
shouldn't see.
That's when I
that's
snap
a lack
on your
of
ass.
emotional
No,
intelligence.
it's not.
Yes, it is.
It's gonna teach you for the next time.
No, it's not. All
You're
it's
gonna learn today.
that's not going to teach anything. All it's going to do is cause more conflict. Like, don't give the grace if you feel like you're not going to receive it
No,
in
that's the
return.
problem. People don't give each other enough grace. So now, if you can't recognize where you've received grace when you weren't being the best, and now you think that because you're good now, right? You can't extend grace, that's a problem.
But sometimes criticism isn't about grace. It's just about whatever the task is. It's not even about, like, not understanding your perspective or your point of view. It's just about whatever is at hand.
Mm-hmm.
And typically that's where criticism comes from. Is like, what it needs to be done, how can this be better? And it's not about, like, grace. And no.
I think they go hand in hand, kind of. It just does, to me. So what's considered high emotional intelligence? It says that those who have high EQ and highly in tune with both their own emotions and other people's emotions around them. So that's when you are
Have a very
practicing
high EQ.
emotional intelligence. They can recognize and understand the various feelings that sweep them through. Excuse me. They can recognize and understand the various feelings that sweep through them and are able to appropriately manage them. So feeling your emotions, dealing with them, sitting in them, and then being able to, handle whatever the situation is
without drugs and alcohol too, because I think that's a lot of ways people use to cope with whatever they are feeling. Like,
Right.
You know how I just said when I left the therapy, I like roll a joint.
Right.
Self-medicating. Yeah, or like after funerals, everybody get drunk. Like.
But maybe I think that weed is a part. I know for Black people, like that's why it was made illegal in America, because that is one of our medicines.
What?
You know what I'm saying? When they came to this land, we probably was already, this is our shit. This is one of our medicines, right?
Mm-hmm.
So they make it illegal until it benefits them. Now it's legal, it's okay for you to do.
Right.
But I believe that Black people, this is our shit. Like, we know that from the Jamaicans. Like, weed is like our medication.
I can't fuck with them edibles though.
Yeah, because you don't know how much THC is in each piece. Like,
they
can't tell me it's just 1 gram in this one.
That ain't
not
even
true.
the problem
It's not
for
gonna be
me.
evenly distributed.
It just don't have. All right, so if you smoke some weed, you high right there.
Right.
But man, I found myself walking around Target, and I was like, "Oh shit! I forgot I ate that edible about an hour ago, baby. I was about to be sitting on the floor Indian style in Target trying to make it."
And that shit is different when you overdose on weed, because being drunk and being too high on weed is 2 different things, bitch. I tried to drive home one night off a whole, and I had taken a whole gummy before, but like I said, it's not evenly distributed.
Mm-hmm.
So you really don't know how much you taking in this one particular dose, bitch. I don't know how I got home. I don't know.
That's why I don't.
My eyes was closed the whole time, bitch.
So no, this guy had the beverage, right? So I don't understand. You have a beverage the size of a drink that you would have as a meal, right? Mm-hmm. With your meal. But you only supposed to take a cap full, right? Just drink a cap of it. It's like, what's the point of having it as a beverage if I can't drink the whole beverage? It should be like distributed through the beverage as the drink, right?
Right.
I did not know it. So I drank the whole bottle with my lunch. Baby, let me tell you, I was sitting on, I could not go back to work, first of all. I was on the floor crying, freestyling the instrumental beats, ass naked.
Smoking.
I was like, never again, never again. So I don't fuck with that. Just a little joint and to ease my mind.
Shame. So these are the 7 signs of emotional intelligence. It says that you're self-aware. We went over that. People with high emotional intelligence have a strong sense of self. They're empathetic. They are present and focused. They have strong interpersonal skills, and they're self-motivated.
Okay.
That's somebody who does practice or 7 signs of being emotionally intelligent.
I feel like I have a decent emotional intelligence. It's not perfect by any measure, but it's pretty decent. Because self-aware doesn't necessarily mean just knowing what you're good at. It's also being able to identify where you're weak. You know.
Yeah. I don't know. I don't know. All that should just go back to being self-aware and just fucking breathing. Sometimes thinking through your emotions, feeling through them, and I don't know. I feel like maybe it's a little bit about it is being fake.
What?
It's a little bit.
I think it's the opposite of being fake.
But
Self-aware is
But maybe this is who I am.
fake.
No, bitch.
What
like,
you say?
like maybe how I display my feelings is just who I am. You know what I'm saying? So if I might yell a little bit, that's just who I am.
No, that's a cop out.
Is it a cop out?
Yeah.
No,
I
don't
hate
think
when
so.
a nigga be like, "That's just who I am." A cheater? No, you don't get to do that. You don't.
Why? He might just be a cheater. You can't make him not do that. That's who
But
he
it's
is.
not
Go
okay,
find somebody
though.
who isn't one.
But that's not okay though. This is what this is about. Is like being a better version of yourself, and not just accepting your flaws and saying that's just who I am, but like working on the things and making it better.
But that sounds like a person who's self-aware. If he could say, that's just who I am, now it's up to you to decide if that's what you want to deal with. That's like with Ayanya. Remember, there's an Instagram post of her, like one of her episodes. She was telling this woman, she said, you know, when she had to learn that it wasn't for her to teach people how to love her. Because I've always been a firm believer in that. Like, you got to teach people how to treat you, or they'll just treat you how the last bitch allowed them to, right? But no, you're supposed to experience how that person loves, right? And decide whether or not you want that love. If that love isn't good enough for you, right? Get the fuck on through. You can't really, especially when people get of a certain age.
I don't know, because I think a lot of these men don't know how to love until you give them some training.
I think everybody knows how to. Is if are you the person I want to do it for? And that's why I don't like the spin the block shit like with Nelly and Ashanti, because I almost feel like the only way men learn oftentimes is through pain. So if I leave you because you weren't doing these things I kept asking you to do, right? If I stay, he's never going to change for me, but he will change for the next woman because it's the pain he experienced from when I left that ass that'll make him change for the next woman.
Mm-hmm.
That's why I never mind giving a bitch a refurbished nigga. Like, here, girl, he about to be real good for you. Because he would not do these things for me. He going to do it for the next woman
But he might come and do the
effortlessly.
same shit. He might come back around and do the same shit. You don't
He
know.
might not. I feel like that's how men learn. Men learn through hurt.
But I think it's also a growth and learning period that happens when you get older. Like with Ashanti and Nelly, he's an older man than he was in 20 years ago. I'm sure he's grown in so many ways. Both of them. Because we ain't going to just put it on
So
Nelly.
you think
we
that
don't know what happened.
That was like 10 years ago they broke up, right? So you think that, I think he just see her being fucking fine, living her best life, looking so good,
Mm-hmm.
okay?
She looked the
and
same.
now, sometimes niggas split the block just to disturb your peace, dog.
Mm-hmm.
Sometimes they come through just to fuck shit up. And
See if they
leave.
can. But I don't think this is the case. They look good together.
We'll see.
Yeah.
We will
More power
see.
to them. I want them to do well. All right.
Y'all, listen, we're going to take a break right quick, and when we come back, I want to get into a little quick dumb bitch story from this weekend's show. We'll be back. Y'all, we back from break, and I want to talk about, we had one we asked the audience this weekend for a dumb bitch story, right? So we did have a couple. One, I didn't really get to answer the girl's question, but... So the first dumb bitch story that was actually the second one. So the second dumb bitch story we had, this girl, she said she was dating this guy for a long time, didn't know he was married. Mm-hmm. And her question was whether or not she should tell his husband, tell the wife.
Right.
And if you don't know about the other woman, like if he just straight up lied, there was no inkling that he could have possibly been in a relationship with somebody else, maybe tell. Me personally, I'm never telling nobody else. I'm like, let y'all deal with that shit. But if you knew about the woman,
then you don't tell.
You don't fucking tell and play your part. That's
what
whack
I say.
shit.
Like even if you didn't know at first and then you found out and stayed for a little while, you still don't tell because you were complicit in it for an amount of time.
Exactly.
So don't tell.
Yeah.
If you didn't know and he was just a complete liar and you found out like some kind of way, right? You found out. I I personally wouldn't tell because
The homegirl said she found out for her on Facebook.
I personally wouldn't tell just because I just don't even have the time to disrupt another black woman's life in that way.
Me either. Bitch will call you while you at work stressing out with some white people shit. And now you fucking my day up because he ain't dropped dick off. Like, I feel some type of way about that.
Yeah.
You mad with my man.
Our man.
You mad with our man, right? He ain't do what he was supposed to do.
Mm-hmm.
And now you want to fuck my day up.
Right.
And I feel like they were being disingenuous. I'm going to tell you why. If you are happy with somebody, why are y'all searching for something? How would you have found that on Facebook if you weren't searching for it? So what made your homegirl search some shit for you if you really didn't know he was married? Was he absent a lot? Mm-hmm. Those are all signs. Like, maybe he didn't verbally tell you he was in a relationship with somebody else, but he missed some holidays.
You ain't never been to his house?
He missed your, exactly. Birthdays, Valentine's. Like, we always have nice, good cues.
You know what? I was dating a guy. Well, we never took it to sex, and it was just my body telling me like something ain't right about this one. Slow down, take your time. Mm-hmm. But he was so nice, and he was doing all the things and saying all the right things, and very, very fine. Right? He just was a good looking man. And my pussy was like thumping, like, ooh, I want to give him some, but I didn't. Right, baby. All right, so I didn't go to his house because his house was being renovated and sold or something, and then he had a son, a living child. So I didn't want to go there because I don't want to meet a kid yet because we are not there, right? I'm not trying to meet your kids too soon.
But did he invite you to meet his kids?
No. But he didn't invite me to his house for that reason because we're both not ready for that. But something said, it's something weird about this. So we had a mutual Facebook friend who I'm real cool with, and I went to her and I was like, what's up with old boy? She's like, girl, he is very married. But we'd be on the phone all night, FaceTiming in the middle of the night, and I'm like, if he's
amazing. Right?
If he's married, where's his wife while we FaceTiming at 2 a.m, laying in the bed, falling asleep on the phone? Baby, this woman was a whole traveling nurse. Ooh. And she was out like working in California somewhere. Like, nigga, whole lying. And I was like, what was your and listen, he had started falling back a little bit prior to that. Just a little bit. She
probably was about to come home.
So, and I guess because he ain't hit it yet, I was like being very tight with a coochie or whatever. Because I guess that was the plan, to hit it and go about his business.
You know, that was his representative he was fucking with. Mm-hmm. Okay.
So I hit him up and I was like, yo, you were married? Like, what was your intentions? And I had told him, like, I meet so many men with bad intentions, and it's just nice to meet someone who's genuine and good. And after that, he said, after you said that to me, it made me feel so bad, and I didn't want to do you like that.
Oh, so he was going to fuck and just slither.
That was his plan. Then it's so funny because there's a woman, we're all in this Facebook group, and then a woman messaged me, and she always be in my DM saying wild shit to me because I be on here playing gay and shit. So she be saying some wild shit to me, and she is a very beautiful woman, right? Very pretty woman. And she said him and her was betting to see who could fuck me first.
Yo, what?
Ain't that crazy? I was like, I'm getting out of this group. This place is not a safe place.
That's on Facebook? Why is a married man in a group like that? What type of shit is this, man? I'm beating my husband to fuck up.
Right. So, I don't know where that story was going. I just felt like I needed to share that. That was on my spirit. That these men will be lying to you and acting like they something that they're not.
Man, you got to have discernment. You got to have discernment. And I feel like we get the signs all the time. We ignore them.
But even after finding that out, there was no way I was going to call or message his wife and tell her what he was doing.
I'm never doing that shit. That's why I said, like, bitch, you can come to me as a woman if you want, and I'm coming as a sniper, because bitches be knowing. They be knowing. So,
but see, let's say I had went to her and told her what was going on. She would assume that I was lying.
Right.
Yeah.
And that's another reason why. If I see you a man, if you my best friend, like, maybe. But even friends, like, if I see your nigga doing some little slick shit, I mind my business. I'm sorry.
Oh, no, I'm telling if it's my best friend.
I mind my business.
First of all, if it's my best friend, I'm going to act like it's my husband.
That's different.
Oh, nigga, you out here having fun.
No, that's different.
Oh, you having fun tonight? I'm going to fight this nigga like it's my man. Yeah. I swear to God.
And her nigga gonna beat your ass up, and then
he
she gonna be
have to
mad
beat
you
my
for her
ass up
nigga.
because that's how I'm coming about my best friends. Yeah.
A best friend, yes, but like just friends, acquaintances, I ain't telling nobody shit. Because I've seen women flip. They'll flip on your ass like you the problem.
I know, and then now you're not invited to the cookout. I've had that happen.
Lead them people. She know who she fuck with. That's one thing about it. We be knowing. So stop act like you ain't know. And hitting that man wife up. Don't hit that man wife up about shit. Y'all practice some emotional intelligence.
Right.
All right, y'all, listen. So, if you enjoyed this episode, please tune in every Thursday on the iHeartRadio app, or wherever the fuck you get your podcast at. This is your co-host, AJ Hoilday. Y'all follow me on Instagram. Check out WeTalkBackENT.com. We got some merchandise on there now. It's a little tiny bit, but some shit up there. We got our consultations, too. So, listen, you can schedule a call to speak with both of us, one of us, whatever it is. Schedule it through the website for whenever we available. It'll be there on the calendar, and hit us up.
I would like to publicly apologize to you.
For what?
So at the live show, at the end.
Oh, you saw the video?
Yeah, I saw the video, and I saw your face, and you're like, "Bitch, what are you doing?"
That's emotional intelligence. Thank you, friend.
So I apologize to you for
Thank
that
you,
because I
friend.
wasn't trying to like. It was just the adrenaline pumping, and I just went.
Yeah, you was in your element. It's fine.
Yeah, okay. So
But goddamn, I'm AJ, y'all. Thank you for coming out. God bless you. Good night.
That's my bad. That was our first show, so like, you know.
I can't wait to do this shit though. I'm excited.
Yeah.
I cannot wait to have our own live shows going, y'all. It's coming this year.
Yeah.
Shit, next month we gonna pull up. We might as well just throw one in Atlanta and throw one in Charlotte.
Yeah.
Yep.
And maybe go ahead to Miami, see what they're talking about.
Houston, Atlanta, Vegas. We out here.
All right, y'all. I'm TamBam. I love y'all. Remember to speak now.
And never hold your peace.
Deuces.